Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Carter Sriracha. I'm the Productive Dude here on YouTube. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I went ahead and used Miro to rebrand my marketing agency. So this YouTube channel is kind of a side hustle for me, and it's something that I do pretty much as a hobby and for fun. But I wanted to kind of cross these two worlds over and show you guys how I've actually applied Miro in my daily life to help me rebrand my company. It was originally known as Greenline Media, and now we're rebranding to Humways, which is the sign that you've probably seen in the background of some of my videos. It's actually over there. Let me actually turn it on really quick. All right, so you can see it right here. This is kind of our new logo, and this is just a sign that a family friend of ours made. So it's pretty cool. And the overall rebrand went really well, but I want to show you the process that we went through with the designer to get to this point where we have a logo and where we have like a color guide and a brandable identity. So we actually use Miro for a lot of this process, and in today's video I want to show you exactly how we did this. So without further ado, let's jump right into Miro. All right, so what you're looking at right now is this massive Miro board that we made. I have some of these frames hidden for privacy concerns because some of this stuff is going to be internal knowledge that I don't want to share particularly with the rest of the world, but that you should get the idea of how we actually used it. So if you see these little eyes here, that just means that I've hidden the frame. And to hide a frame in Miro, you can just hit this little eye button and it will hide it. But what we kind of did, if I zoom out, is we started in this upper corner with quite a few sticky note frames, and these are just frames to describe the overall goals of the rebrand, who we are, who we aren't as a brand, and also just some of the strategy behind it. And then as we move along, we got into some words that resonate with us. That is kind of the first step in a rebrand, is kind of figuring out what sort of words in the English language actually translate to what our company's identity is all about. And then as we move over here, you start to see these boards where we have some images just for inspiration. These are some of the other brands that we kind of looked at as inspiration. And then finally, we got to the point where we did a bit of voting here in Miro, and we came up with a silhouette for our logo. So let's start up here. We first kind of went into what should the website do, because we are a digital company and a lot of the work that we do goes through the internet. So in that case, we decided that we wanted to talk about some of the goals of the website. So we want to share case studies that provide value to potential and future clients. We wanted to allow booking through the website, have a basic idea of what our services are, how we provide them, and who we help. Show the team off a little bit, give you guys an idea, and give our clients an idea of the members behind the organization, and then provide valuable content in exchange for an email sign up. So that's kind of like the website strategy, which is a very basic strategy, and that's the key. Is I wanted to try to keep things basic from the start, but we just use these sticky notes here in Miro. You can grab these by doing this and typing within them. And they're really nice because you can just move them around and separate ideas. I'm going to delete this one. But that is what we did here. And then we went into what we want the website to feel like. How are we worth it? So these are just the competitive advantages that we have when we're looking at other marketing agencies in the industry compared to us. How do we motivate? So this is how we motivate our employees, our customers, and just different entities that come in contact with our company, what we are not. So this is a really interesting exercise that our designer actually brought us through to try to give an idea of who we are not, because by defining who you are not, you also create a very strong definition of who you are. So that was another sort of exercise that we went through. Some of this stuff is hidden, as I said. This early days frame here is just our old About Us page, and this frame here is a frame that describes some of the principles that we used to operate by with our marketing agency known as Greenline Media, and we wanted to translate some of this over. So in that case, I threw this in here as well. We've got a list of deliverables, and as you can see, we also were able to write out some of this because I used my iPad to actually physically write using my Apple Magic Pencil. So that's what we did here. It's one of the other nice things about Miro is you don't just have to stay in the sticky notes. You can also create normal text blocks with this text tool here just by typing things. And you can also write them out physically. So that's why you're seeing some handwriting here. One of the other great things that you can do that we did here is you can use shapes to offer different ideas. So this is a T-shaped organization template here that I kind of created just to show some of the ways that we have breadth in terms of our skills. But what is our vertical and what are we really trying to do on a regular basis for our clients? That is this long part of the T, and that is helping companies generate customers. So we want to keep that as our central focus, but we also understand that we have a lot of breadth when it comes to our agency. We provide a lot of different services. So to create something like this, all you would need is the shape tool, and you could draw it out, right? So we could draw out like the top of the T, add some color. You can add borders, or you can get rid of the borders if you want to, just by hitting that button right there. And then we can hit Command C, Command V to duplicate that. I could center that up and then just make it a bit skinnier, drag it to the center. And that's the nice thing is they have these aligning lines that kind of snap into place. So that centers it with that top of the T. And I would just drag that down. And that's kind of how I created this right here. If you want to learn more about T-shaped organizations, you can just type in what does T-shaped mean on Google or YouTube, and you should be able to find some more information on that so that you could actually set this up for your business or even your own personal skill sets so that you know what to focus on. And then right here, I also drew out our customer journey and added a sticky note on top as we moved along. One of the things that changed in our strategy was we wanted to do more YouTube organic, and that's actually what you're seeing right now. It's just us uploading YouTube videos in exchange for leads. So if you upload enough YouTube videos in your industry and you're solving a big enough problem, you're going to get emails, you're going to get messages from brands at some point once you get to that level of growth, and you'll also maybe even get leads that want to work with your company if you provide a service. So that's a very kind of interesting way to market yourself, just by providing free information to people and sharing your expertise, putting that before trying to sign any deals. So that's kind of what this is right here. And I added this in later, and that's what the sticky notes are good for, kind of adding it on top of what already exists. And then we went into areas of concern. So this is somewhat of a mind map of what our visuals need to consist of, and then our ethos. This again was drawn out using the Magic Pencil along with the iPad. And if I scroll down here, this is where it gets fun, guys. We get into words that resonate. So we wanted to give a few words and a few areas that we like to embody to try to bring our aesthetic together. And so we put some key pillar words like eloquence, discipline, science, engineering, underdog in here. And then we specified that a bit more with these sticky notes. And one of the nice things about these sticky notes is you can add these tags to them. So for these, we have like word, that's what the purple ones are at least. And then we have concepts as well. I wanted to separate the concepts out from the words. So that is what this is right here. And the nice thing about Miro is you can also upload these images if you need to give an idea of what something looks like. The designer that we worked with was really good about this. If he wants me to shout him out, I will actually include his information in the description or the first comment below. I'm gonna see if he's okay with that. But if he is, then I'll send him some business, hopefully. Hopefully you guys can reach out to him. He does a lot more video work nowadays, but he helped us with this design work. So that is the words that resonate, and that's where we started. And then from there, we also got some questions from the designer. He asked, what are 5 words that describe our product or service best? So after we came up with all of these words in this V2, so this was kind of version 1, this was version 2, we came up with a ton of words, and then we moved over to this more refined, funneled down version of what describes us. And these are the words that we came up with. So he was actually tasked with coming up with a name for our agency as well. So when he did that, he had to have some words that described us and actually put that down in the English language to really move the process along. As you can see, we use these sticky notes as a way to vote. So when we did this, we actually had 3 people that voted, and they each had a 1 through 3 sticky note that they could assign to the name. And this was just a way for us to start to get an idea of which names had the most resonance with both our internal people as well as a few people on the outside looking in who had some input. And Humways, I don't think scored higher than all of these, but it scored a relatively good score of 6. Whereas if you look at like Waiver, this one got 5. Wastio, this one got 3. Wacia got 5. This one here got 5. System Bark got 6 as well, so that was a close second. But Humways was one of the top ones, and that's why, well, that's part of the reason why we ended up coming up with this name as the final. But that's kind of how we broke that process down here in Miro. Next, we got into the visuals, and we wanted to start out with a mood board of some of the visuals that we liked from other brands, and we wanted to go for this contemporary, modern yet digital feel. And these are kind of some of the ideas that we came up with. Now, if we move on over, we actually had 3 more boards that the designer created with us for a few different looks that we could have gone for. We had the Humways 1, the Humways 2, and Humways 3. And these are all different aesthetics that we wanted to kind of bring into the brand, and we leaned into the number 2 quite a bit, and that may have been because I had somewhat of a bias here and I really just liked the look and feel of Humways 2. Let me know in the comments, do you guys like 1, 2, or 3 the best? This one was kind of like, you know, it kind of has that like hippie vibe to it. It's kind of got like that artsy vibe to it. This one here is a little bit more contemporary and professional looking, but it still has, you know, these nice duotones, this sinograph here, some art. So it's kind of a more refined look. And then we had this more tech focused look, this futuristic look, if you will, maybe a little bit bolder, a little bit thicker, a little bit more demanding. So those were the 3 sort of archetypes for the brand that we thought up, but we also kind of took ideas from all of these at the end of the day. Now this is where it gets super fun. We ended up doing some voting on some different concepts like colors. We were trying to decide if we wanted 2 colors or just 1, and we kind of came up on the idea to stick with 1 and keep things simple. But what we did here is we had these different scales, and my brother, who is the partner in my company, and we voted on these things. The designer asked us, do we want the brand to be simple or complex? This is where we both landed with our votes. Generic or luxury, this is where we landed. Neutral or vivid, we landed somewhere in the middle. Abstract or basic, landed on the side of basic a little bit more. So we've got simple, basic, luxury, vivid, and thin. So those were the sort of parameters that we came up with when he was trying to create the logo. And then we got into voting on different font types, different logo types, and finally the logo silhouette. So these fonts aren't the fonts that we ended up using because Miro doesn't provide a ton of fonts, but we just wanted to get the general style, general idea of what font we wanted to go with. And this one was our favorite by far, this thicker serif font, this thicker sans serif font. So from there, we got into positioning the word mark with the logo itself and the icon of the logo, and we voted on that as well. So
of all of these, we really liked this one the best. From there, we actually got our brand guide finally. So once we had gone through this process, which was actually like a 3-month process, our designer went through all of this and ended up coming up with a fantastic brand guide for us to help us with our future of marketing ourselves and creating a name for ourselves. So this is how it turned out. So this is our logo. It's a very simple icon. It's very, vivid, as you can see, and it integrates a lot of the words that were important to us, some of the concepts that were important to us. And as I scroll through this, you'll see that he came out with a logo for us, gave us the spacing, and then we came upon this Arpana font because it was probably the best one that fit for us, and I think he did a great job picking it out. It's somewhere between a serif font, a sans serif font, and a sans font, because as you can see, these serifs, if you're familiar with typography at all, these serifs, these things that come off of the text right here, are not super defined and they're not super conventional, but that fits our brand really well. It's not super conventional, right? So when it came to deciding on the general structure for this, as you can see, we stuck with this silhouette. And as you can see here, he provided us with a few different color variations, but as we had defined back here, we wanted to keep things simple, and we were trying to decide if we wanted 2 colors or 1 color. So here's the font, but I wanted to get to the colors, so I'll go to that really quick. So we ended up going with this super blue as our main color, and then we have our white and our black. And then we also wanted to have an accent color, but this isn't something that's used a whole lot, and it's pretty secondary because it's not a very vibrant color. So really the blue stands out quite a bit. So I guess you could say it's more than 1 color, but the blue is what we really focus on. And here's just a representation of how the logo looks when you duplicate it and you size it up. So this is kind of a cool way that you can use the logo.
For us, one of our key things that we wanted to make sure that we built into the brand is that the logo was modular and it was able to be used in many ways. So this is one of the ways that we could use the logo. And the whole idea behind these arrows is they are actually facing to the upper right, as you can see. So that is, that signifies growth, that signifies prosperity, and it signals, when you're seeing this infinite loop of them growing, this kind of fractal here, it shows that we're here for the long haul. So those are some of the concepts that we built into the brand. Now here are some ideas that we kind of had for the slogan. When we were coming up with the slogan, we wanted this to be modular as well. So we used, where the name would normally go, and we put some words that resonate with our company. And then again and again is always what follows. So the reason we do that is because we're here for our clients again and again, time and time again. And it's always a positive experience. It's always an upward experience, as this logo signifies here. So we have results again and again, growing again and again, together again and again, Humways again and again. So essentially that's how we came up with our new logo, our new branding, our new identity. And it's more than just a logo and some colors and some fonts. It goes deeper than that. And the reason being is because we planned all of this out in Miro. And it was actually a ton of fun. Now my next project that I'm focusing on is actually building the website for Humways. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you want to see some more behind the scenes with my agency and how we're using these applications on a day-to-day basis, let me know in the comments below. And also like this video to support us and to help the YouTube algorithm recommend us. And also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If I see that we get a lot of subscribers from this particular video, then that's a signal to me that this is the type of content that we ought to be making on the channel. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one.